mentioned that there are some issues that are kind of coming about around the drinking. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I've been showing up to work late. Sometimes I actually just don't even go in. And even when I'm at work, sometimes I'm not even thinking about work. I'm just thinking about when I go home and can open my bottle of wine and have a few drinks.
So it's really coming into interfering with the actual schedule of work, and then also when you're at work, it sounds like you're not as present.
Yeah, and my boss, he said a few times that he noticed that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, that I'm not getting all the tasks done that I'm supposed to. So he actually is the reason why I'm here, so I can keep my job.
Okay. So tell me more about the thoughts that you were having when you had that conversation with your boss.
I was kind of mad. I thought I was still doing a good job. I thought, I only late a few times, only missed a couple of days, but I thought I was still doing the things I needed to get done when I was there. But he had mentioned that I do make a lot of mistakes now, and I didn't used to do that.
Okay, so it's kind of bringing some things to light that you didn't necessarily notice were changing over time.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you went home that night, what were you thinking at that point?
I was kind of stressed, a little bit frustrated. I really enjoy coming home and just relaxing and having a glass of wine, and so I was kind of mad that he wanted me to stop doing that. And so I sat down to relax, and then I had a few drinks.
Okay. Yeah. So the pull towards drinking was still pretty strong, kind of feeling like, okay, this is what I do. I come home and I have these drinks, and although there was some stress around that conversation that you had with your boss, it still just kind of sat with you that night.
Yeah, and I think even when I went to work the next day, I was still a little bit frustrated, but I understand that maybe I need to make some changes, but at the same time, that's how I relax.
Okay. Talk to me about that maybe. What's kind of on either side of that maybe?
So I really would like to keep my job. It's my only source of income, and I can't lose my job, because if I lose it, then there's a chance that I could lose my house, and I don't want to see that happen for me. But at the same time, I really enjoy having a drink when I come home. It really helps me kind of de-stress after the day at work. But I know that I am missing more days than I probably should be.
Yeah. So you want to keep your job, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I would really like to keep my job.
And so in terms of the alcohol use and wanting to keep your job, can you kind of elaborate on what that might look like for you?
I can't really see me stopping drinking completely.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I can learn to manage it a little bit better, so I'm not sleeping in and being late for work, or not showing up for work, that would help me keep my job. But again, I still really can't picture me not drinking.
Yeah. So wanting it to not interfere with the day-to-day aspects of your work. It sounds like you value kind of being present at your workplace, and you want to be able to keep this job. And so willing to look at some ideas around making changes to the alcohol use so that it's not impacting in that way, but then still being able to have it in your life in some way as well.
Yeah, I'm really good at my job. It's the one thing that I know I'm really good at.
Yeah.
So knowing that maybe I'm not doing as well as I thought, that's really upsetting to me, to think that in my mind I'm doing a great job, but in reality I might not be.
It sounds like that's a really strong value for you, of being a good worker and really being present at work. So when you mentioned that you really value staying at work, keeping this job, that you value being a valuable member of your workplace, and acknowledging, as you said, that there are things regarding alcohol use that have interfered with your work. I'm wondering, kind of in terms of looking at, if you were to move forward with making that change so that the alcohol use is not interfering with your work, I'm wondering what the positives of making that change to your alcohol use would be. What would the pros be if you were to start making that change, reducing the use?
I mean, a big pro would be I would keep my job and my boss would stop hassling me. So that would be a big benefit. In keeping my job, I wouldn't have to worry about potentially losing my house or losing my lifestyle. I mean, my car or anything like that. So that would be a pro. Another thing that would probably be good is that when I am at work, I could actually get things done so that when I'm not at work, I can feel more relaxed and less stressed. And I would stop having to use vacation days or sick days when I'm not necessarily sick or going on a vacation, but I'm just not coming into work that day. So I think that would be good because then I can use that to do things for me that I enjoy versus just staying at home.
So I'm hearing financial benefits, I'm hearing just kind of productivity benefits, and then the benefit of actually using those vacation days for something enjoyable versus just kind of recovering from the effects of the alcohol. So in terms of kind of acknowledging that there are two sides of this, what would be the positives of kind of keeping things the way that they are? What benefits would be there?
When I go home at night, I don't feel as lonely or stressed out. I get to relax. Sometimes I find I'm more fun to be around. And I don't really want to be boring, so that's a pro for my drinking. Just having something to do after work is a big one. When I come home, to just come home and do something that, otherwise I wouldn't typically do if I wasn't drinking.
So filling in some time, maybe a bit of a change in personality that you've noticed as well, or that maybe others have noticed too, and just giving yourself something to do in that evening time and a way of relaxing after a day.
Yeah.
Okay. All valid reasons for drinking, right? And so, I mean, you're certainly entitled to having those options available to you to be able to spend that time after work in a way that you're wanting to, and kind of acknowledging that there are some other impacts that have been happening for you, consequences of what's been going on for you. So it sounds like you are kind of exploring both of those sides of wanting to make this change.
I can see, if I stop, maybe I can keep going with my job, but I do worry if I don't, then what am I going to do in the nighttime?
Right, yeah. So definitely that would be kind of something to be reflecting on, right, is what are my other options available to me to be able to still enjoy that time after work? Would that be something that you'd be open to exploring a little bit further?
Yeah, I think I'd be open to doing that.
Okay, awesome. We can certainly do that.